Hello there. What if pain was a resource? Well, today it is, because I became a demon who grows stronger through the suffering of myself and everyone around me in the infamously difficult first-person dungeon crawler, Barony. Armed with whips, sedation, dark magic, teleportation, and self-mutilation to fight and descend through 20 floors of torment to face the final boss, Baron Hicox. But to make it there, we'll have to defeat skeletons, gnomes with lightning staffs, traps, raging minotaurs, and worst of all, my own incompetence. Can I escape the dungeon and defeat Baron Hicox? Or will I fall victim to my masochistic tendencies? Gentlemen, welcome to the second channel. Subscribe! Sorry about that. I have Tourette's. Let's begin. Welcome to Barony, a first-person roguelike dungeon crawler, Minecraft simulator, but way scarier. Now, Barony is a decently old game by this point. It's been around for a while, but I never had the chance to play it. Until now, and now I truly know what pain feels like. There's a lot of other YouTubers who have made some pretty good content on Barony, notably Reggie and Kleeper. Reggie actually beat the game as a rat, so I don't even want to imagine how annoying that playthrough was. But yeah, go and watch that video after you watch this one, because of course you need to watch this one first. Now, enough of me shelling out my own views. Time to start playing the game. Alright, so here we can pick our class, and we have a lot of different options to choose from here. We can be a barbarian, a healer, a merchant, or even a joker if we like. But today we're going to channel our inner gimp and become a punisher. That's right, we're going to harm everyone around us. And as well as that, there are various different races you can choose from. You can be a human, an automaton, a goat man, or a goblin, or an insect. But today, we are going to be an incubus. Now, these guys are pretty much demons from hell, but I implore you not to judge the book by its cover, because it is so much worse than the cover would suggest. So immediately upon loading in, you can notice that this game has a pretty distinct art style. I think it's very nice. Now, I want to introduce you to our protagonist for this journey ahead, Mick Duncher. So we are an incubus, which is essentially a hellspawn. Now, you start with various different spells that are unique to the incubus race, but the other benefits we care about a little bit more right now. Mainly the fact that in this run, cursed equipment and blessed equipment, it's kind of flipped. So now we are going to be able to use cursed equipment, and they actually give you bonuses. However, blessed equipment will not be usable, so it's kind of like our version of cursed equipment. But the most unique trait that we have as an incubus is that we really enjoy self-mutilation. In fact, we enjoy it so much that if we strangle ourselves, we'll start to regen some of our MP, which is pretty much this game's version of mana that we can use to cast spells and the sort. Now, the class we're playing today is a Punisher. Now, what that means is that today we'll be killing our enemies through the power of sadomasochism. Basically, we use various things that the BDSM community holds dear to their heart, like whips and dark magic. Or we can even release our enemy's inner demon to finish the job for us. So as a Punisher, the way this class kind of plays is we're kind of like a run and gun glass cannon. You know, we can dish out and deal damage fast, but we can't take a whole lot. So we're going to be kind of stealthy and sneaking around in the shadows today. Now, as a Punisher, we start with a variety of different things. So we have a candy bar here, some potions of polymorph, a very high damage axe, but if we use this, it will break within a couple of hits, or maybe a few. So that is kind of like a last resort. And we also have a ring of conflict. Now, what's interesting about this is if we put this on, we get a conflict effect. Now, this basically means that all the enemies within our vicinity will start to despise our fashion sense so vigorously that they will begin ripping each other's face off, and they will all start to kill each other, which is awesome, because that just means if we put this ring on and we go near enemies, then they'll start to kill each other. So that's handy. We always like having that. And the other thing that we start with is the whip. Now, not only is the whip an artifact weapon, meaning that it will never break, so we can use this thing and whip enemies throughout this entire playthrough, which makes me feel good in all the right places, but it's also the only melee weapon in the game that deals ranged weapon damage. So basically, if we hit people with this, we can be leveling our ranged attack right here. Also, here's our other stats. We start with 25 ranged, 25 axes, and a bit in magic and casting as well. Now, there's a couple of things that make this whip very good, mainly being that it has the most range out of any melee weapon in the game, so it's great for kiting. In contrast to that, that means that our attacks are slightly slower than usual. So as you can see, this is a normal axe, a lot faster than our whip right here. But that's fine, because we're not going to be engaged in combat for too long, at least in the start anyway. But the other unique thing about the whip is that it has a chance to disarm our enemies, and we can actually increase that chance if our targets are drunk and under the effects of, you know, kind of a daze, and we can have a 100% chance of disarming our targets when they're sleeping. So that's beautiful. But what makes that even better is that when combined with the Executioner's Hood, which grants MP regen when inflicting bleed on foes, that means we can kind of enter some type of never-ending cycle where we put enemies to sleep, disarm and bleed them, and then we regain our MP from that, and we do it all again. Anyway, that's my theory. Now, enough of this rambling, and I think it's finally time for us to start getting inside this actual dungeon right now. So, I'll see you on the first floor. So, here we are in the first floor. I am most definitely not a human, but anyway. Now, we start with pretty much crap everything, but we have 1 dexterity, which gives us an additional 3.2% speed. So, we're fast as fuck, basically. Alright, so we descend into the first level, and here we have our very first enemy over here, which is a skeleton. We're going to creep up on him and try and take him out. Ouch, we almost died immediately. Alright, one more hit. And there we go, we've killed our first enemy. Now, as you can see, we just took a shit ton of damage, but we are healing up, which is great. Now, because we've got all this loot just here, what we can actually do is right-click and appraise this. I guess we can't, because we have fucking insanely horrible appraising ability. But we should be able to do that at some point. But anyway, all this stuff's going to weigh us down, so we'll drop the majority of it and continue onwards. Now, there's a lot of ways to actually play as the Punisher class. It's not a kind of one way to play class. Alright, so we're decent at a lot of things. Our skills, they're kind of spread apart. Honestly, I think it depends what loot you kind of get while you play. It kind of dictates a lot of things, but for now, I think we're just going to try and stay alive, get as much loot as we possibly can, and continue. Now, we can also take some of these torches that will illuminate our surroundings, and we can use it ourselves. The only problem with... Oh, we've just run into the exit. Alright, so this is the dungeon floor, as you can see. Now, this will descend us down to the next level, although we don't want to use that just yet, because we want some more loot. Now, there's actually a guy in here, which I kind of want to showcase some of our spells on. I want to arcane mark him, and then I want to teleport him over here and get a nice little hit off on him. Okay, he hit me anyway. Let's kite him around this pillar right here, and we killed him. Alright, so a combination there. It was a bit hard for me to explain it while I was doing it, but I used the arcane mark ability. Now, effectively, that nullifies various different effects. So basically, enemies within this game will have different innate things that they're better or worse at. And some things have, for example, magic resistance. So if we cast an arcane mark on them, that will remove all damage type weaknesses and resistance from them. And what it also does is it allows us to mark that target so we can see them on the map in the bottom right there. And if we combine that with the spell of teleport other, then that can effectively teleport them in front of us, kind of bewildered a little bit, but their backs will spawn to us, so we can kind of load up a nice crit and get a nice big stealth attack on them. So that's kind of what I did there. Now, this game actually has another interesting element to it. It's called the compendium. Now, this is essentially our book on the information of everything we run into inside the dungeons of Barony. So in the top right corner, we can see the total completion that we've got. So this is across all of our runs, so it's not run specific. So you can see we've run into some rats, some spiders, trolls, even bats. So currently we have 24% completion, and we can also see the amount of lore points we have available. Lore points are gained by earning different achievements, which you can then spend to research different enemies. So for example, because we're a incubus, we can see humans who will be hostile to us, and we can research them for 1 lore point. And in here, we can see what type of damage affects them better or worse, and some other things like what they carry, or even the total amount of them that you've slain. However, this compendium isn't just for for the enemies that we run into. It's also for items, magic, the world, and pretty much everything else that you can possibly imagine. So pretty much what we should be doing for this floor, which is the mines, which is basically floors 1 to 5, is building some type of nice foundation, which we can use to then take us forward into the game. Now, we want to get as much loot as we possibly can. And one other thing that we also have to watch out for is food. Yes, that's right, food. Food is an incredibly rare resource in this game after the first level that we explore. So basically, we kind of want to just be collecting as much experience as we can, and also getting as much loot and other items that we can to make us even stronger. There we go. We are kind of a little bit hungry. So as we explore the map, we unlock more of the fog of war, so to speak, in the mini-map in the bottom right corner. So the further we go, the more we explore it, and eventually we will have explored the entire level. We then can go down. We can go down whenever we want, really, but yeah, it's kind of up to us. So as you can see, we are now very hungry, which means we are getting -2 in our strength, and our dex went down to 0. So that means we basically should eat. Now, hunger is something that I hate in this game. I'm not sure if that's a universal experience or if I'm just incredibly mentally deficient, but I may or may not disable that later on in the playthrough. I don't know. It depends how I feel and how much bullshit I have probably dealt with up until that point. But as you can see, we're very hungry right now, so that means we need to eat. Now, you have to be very careful what you do eat in this game, because sometimes if you eat a expired or slightly stale item, that might make you vomit, meaning you are pretty much more hungry than you were if you ate nothing. But we have a candy bar right here, which we can eat, and that will restore our hunger. All right, here we have a trap. So if we walk into this room, we pretty much die. Now, traps are littered all throughout this game, and they will kill you in pretty much instantaneous fashion. So every single corner you walk around, you do have to be quite aware of where you're going and what you're doing. And that brings me on to another core mechanic of this game, permadeath. Every time you die, that's the end of the run, basically. So if this skeleton kills me, then I have to start again, and it doesn't matter what level you're on, the game ends. And once the game ends, you go back to the start. So you have to be very careful about every corner you take or every action you do make, because everything that you end up doing might be the last action you take. So yes, I developed a severe case of PTSD playing this game. All right, so we've pretty much explored the entire first floor. So let's descend down to the second floor. All right, so here we are in the second floor. Now, one big thing for me that I struggle with in this game is finding enough food so that I don't starve to death. And in this game, you will starve to death if you don't have enough food. Oh my god, let me kill this guy, and let me summon an inner demon from him, and he gets to fight that inner demon, and we get to kill him. Awesome. Let's take all of his shit. Now, that spell that I just used, summon inner demon, what's cool about that is that essentially it summons a inner demon of the enemy that you are targeting, and every hit that it does to that demon will actually damage itself. A nice little tanking option where you can kind of hit them from behind. You know, tap that shit from behind, if you know what I mean. All right, now we need to find food, and a good source of food, at least early on, is rats. However, there is a element of RNG around food, and here we have a store. Now, we can't go in there because we're not a human, so that thing would kill us. The shopkeepers are incredibly strong. As you can see, they really want to hurt us right now. Oh my god, they are going to hurt us. Oh, there's a fucking troll. All right, stay away from trolls. This seems like a very difficult second level that we've found ourselves in, but we shall beat it. We just need to get as much food as possible. All right, this guy may be strong, and he will kill us if we are not careful. Let us mark him real quick, and then summon him here. All right, awesome. We've killed the human, and nope, he has no food on him. All right, so here is a trap that will kill you if you let it. So don't go anywhere near the giant pumpkin ball. And we are weighing ourselves down a bit, so we need to get rid of a bit of these items that we have, because we do want to maintain some speed, and we can also wear that. All right, so we've got a bunch of leather armor, so that's good for us. We probably don't want to be wearing any heavy items. gnomes because we want to really stay fast. All right, so what this is right here is actually a secret level. Now, this takes you into the gnomish mines, which is honestly a very, very important thing for us to get into. Now, in order to get there, we have to find the other lever to open the door up. I think that's it right there. All right, now we should be able to get in there. Let's go. Okay, so here we are in the gnome mines. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to turn hunger off. So when hunger's turned off, basically food becomes more like a health potion. So you don't passively restore your health. I think in order for me to kind of explain things and not rush through every level and show you like different abilities and just showcase the game overall, hunger is really holding me back because I'm kind of just rushing through the levels. And if you don't like it, then, well, it's my video, so eat shit. All right, let's venture off into these mines. Now, what is important in these mines is trying not to die because they are littered with tiny little gnomes and also trolls, and they will kill you very quickly. All right, we've just picked up a pickaxe and it's cursed, but that doesn't matter to us. Oop, there is a gnome right there with a pickaxe. All right, let's just kite him around this boulder right here and kill him. Awesome. He drops a jack-o'-lantern, which is actually very good. So those gnomes are pretty easy to deal with. That's not going to be the problem for us. The gnomes that are hard to deal with, particularly hard to deal with, can kill us in pretty much 1 or 2 hits because they have a certain staff called the lightning staff, and that was a troll just there. We want to steer clear from these guys as much as we possibly can. All right, kite them around, and beautiful. We have picked up our very first lightning staff. At least we think it's a lightning staff. Now let's try and use this staff. Oh, there is one over there. Beautiful. He has actually hit us though, and we can kill him now. Yep, we have killed him. All right, beautiful. Now, as you can see, we had 40 health. Now we're down to 20. That's not ideal, and we will die in a couple of hits if we get hit from things. So we want to kind of restore some health for ourselves. We will still die very easily, but we can actually use this pickaxe to mine some gold, and that is how we're going to basically get rich in this level because there is gold everywhere. That is a troll. We don't want to fuck with the trolls. The worst case scenario is that we run into a troll and trying to escape him, we run straight into a lightning staff. That would not be good. And that has happened more times than I'd care to admit. All right, we have just reached this room right here, which has a lot of really good loot. Now, we need to take out some more gnomes or trolls or anything just so we can actually unequip this staff. All right, now that we've done that, we can go down these other paths a bit more that we have explored and mine some of these. Wow, that pickaxe lasted literally 1 fucking hit. All right, I guess we can't do what we wanted to do because we don't have a pickaxe. Oh my fucking god, that scared the shit out of me. All right, beautiful. Kill him. We can get that pickaxe. And we can use that pickaxe. Beautiful. All right, so we can pretty much try and run in here and take out one of these things at a time, I think. All right, take that thing out. Take that thing out. And we should be good to just get that and dip. Yes, I think that is it. All right, I think I'm going to call it there and leave this level with almost 3,000 gold. So we're level 6 and 3,000 gold. And how many? We have 5 lightning staffs. So that served us very well. Now, we also do want to pick up a pickaxe that is blessed. It's unfortunate. Hopefully there is a pickaxe somewhere around here that isn't blessed. We're gonna leave. We just need to find 1 pickaxe to take with us. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what the hell this is. This would be useful in another sort of game. Okay, there's a little Minecraft Easter egg there. Annoying because I'm actually looking for a pickaxe. All right, well, it's unfortunate for us, but I pretty much only could find a blessed pickaxe. So nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. So onwards down to the next level. All right, so this level is actually a Minotaur level. And what that means is basically a giant fucking raging bull is going to come and devour us pretty much. So you have 2 options with the Minotaur. You can either face him or run. And if you choose to face him, you better be prepared because he will kill you. All right, there is a skelly over there. I want to mark him, summon his inner demon, and they can go and fight it out over there. That's how we kill people with this class. And the Zap Brigade just arrived, which is almost as bad as the Minotaur for us because we are not human. But we can touch this weird anal probe looking pole, and that's actually going to reveal where the exit is for us, which is beautiful, and it makes us run a lot faster, which is good. Oh my god, the Minotaur's here. That's not good. But we pretty much just have to try and survive. And yes, all right, just run. Just run. The Minotaur's about to kill us. Hopefully we can survive. All right, there we go. We survived. Holy shit. All right, we would have died. I couldn't even show you what the Minotaur looked like. We're in the Halloween version of this game, so he has a giant fucking pumpkin on his head. But I'm sure we'll find him later. We survived. That's what the most important thing is. All right, here we actually have a store. Now, we will get fucking killed if we go into that store. But if we use a polymorph potion, we actually can trade some things in that store. All right, that is some type of strong enemy down there. Oh my goodness. Let's just run. Now this guy is going to be insanely strong as far as I'm aware, but he does have some good looking loot. So we might try and actually kill him. Let's use that. Summon that on him and then try and kill him with some magic from afar. All right, beautiful. We didn't get close at all to him, and he does have some stuff on him. Oh my fucking god. This thing's gonna try and kill us, isn't it? You know what I need to do? I need to take off my ring. Hopefully it doesn't try to kill me. All right, beautiful. There we go. We've just rizzed up our first succubus. And now this is our follower who should come along and follow me and help me try and kill things. That's actually my first follower with the succubus. That usually doesn't work. So now I feel much more confident. And we also have a jack-o'-lantern which we could use to illuminate our path. Oh my god, don't go there. Holy shit, she went there right after it. Inflict sleep. Wow. That could be insanely good for us, actually. The only problem is, because we've got so many fucking staves and a pickaxe, we're lugging around a bunch of gear that, quite honestly, is weighing us down. We've got 700 weight, and that's taking away from basically 40% of our speed. So we might need to get rid of some of this shit. I also forgot to mention that we picked up an expired cream pie. There's a lot of jokes going around in my head right now, but I think I'm going to leave it at that. So I think the smartest option might be for us to just ditch our armor almost completely. We can still have the gloves. That gives us more speed, but that gave us basically 15% more speed, and that could be the difference between life and death. The only problem is that we can't really drop many of these other things. Maybe we can drop one of these blessed mage staffs, just because I don't want to use 2 blessed ones. That seems a bit overkill. But yeah, so now we're moving at 55% of our 100% speed, which isn't too bad. There is some things that I'm keeping, however, for gold value, because I think they might come in handy at some point. Oh, and our jack-o'-lantern just died out. So we're actually moving at basically 60% of speed. Not the worst. It's definitely not the best, but it's not the worst for now. I think we should be able to survive. Now, I could go to the store, but I kind of want to keep my succubus for now, and I can't go in there without the store shopkeeper blowing this bitch up. So even though she'll die very quickly in the next level, I can't bring myself to watch it sooner than I have to. God damn. All right, let's move on. Onwards and upwards, or downwards and downways, actually, because we're going down. All right, level 5. Here we are. Now, this level is actually not really a level at all. It does have a bunch of humans in it, though, and it's actually just the mine's exit. Now, there is some loot here, which hopefully doesn't kill us. Beautiful. And there's some more loot for us here. Oh, beautiful. A lot of food. Awesome. That's what we like. And with that, we have cleared the mines completely. So now we'll be moving on to the swamps. All right, so here we are in the swamp. And basically, this is an area that is completely surrounded by a lot of water and trees and moss on the floor, kind of. One thing I'm going to do before we venture out there is I'm actually going to equip this amulet of Olympic swimming. Now, this gives us pretty much 100% of our movement speed while we're in water. So that's going to be very important for us in this level. The other thing I'm going to do is equip this magic staff of sleep. Now it's time for us to go and venture into the dark. All right, we've got to kill this human. All right, run, run, run. Oh my god, he's on our team. Why did I not know that before? So, one good thing about having a succubus as an ally is that it can actually charm the people that it fights. So as you can see, we've got a human and a slime on our team now. So we're kind of amassing a nice little group of misfits to brave the dungeon together. We don't have to be as kind of scared about doing things now because we have some people to go around with. All right, this is prime gameplay right here. We can just stay here and kill this fucking skeleton. All right, well, I think this has been relatively successful. We've got ourselves a crossbow and a ring of invisibility. This ring of invisibility is going to be extremely great for us to sneak around. Hopefully it just doesn't break too fast. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and head on down to the next level. Let's go to floor 7. All right, so this is a Minotaur level. I think we basically just have to find the exit as soon as we possibly can and take it from there, kind of. Not really much more to do. I think that's the exit, but I could be wrong. Let me just go ahead and use this little butt plug, to find the location of the exit. I don't think I care about any of the secret level things, to be honest. It's going to be arriving here in a very short amount of time, so we're going to be very careful. All right, the Minotaur's here, and it's going to kill us. This is what it looks like, guys. There we go. Let's get out of here. All right, we have escaped the Minotaur level, and we return to floor 8 with some semblance of normality. Let me go ahead and equip my crossbow over here, and let's see if we can... oh, there's a ghoul over there. Can you go and... Oh, he's dead in one shot. Okay. What about this slime right here? Can you do something? Oh, beautiful. All right. Our succubus is coming in absolutely clutch. We now have 4 allies on our side. Oh my god, there's another slime there. Oh my god, we have another slime on our side. Beautiful. We have a succubus and 3 slimes. Although slimes are kind of shit, unfortunately, though, because they don't deal, like, any damage. Let's see this chest, and... Oh my god, it's a mimic. Alright, that's not good. You can't even inner demon that. Jesus Christ. Basically, what happened there, if you don't know, you might be very fucking confused. Every time you loot a chest, there is a chance that it is not actually a chest, and it's a thing called a mimic. Now, mimics are pretty much chests that just try to kill you, you know? Kind of like that book in Harry Potter, if you know what I mean. There is a trap. Oh my goodness. I was sure that was about to hit me. How did I fucking trigger that without dying? I was trying to show you the trap and it triggered it. That is such a shit-eating place for a trap. That would end a run right there. That killed my slime, I think, actually. I had 2. Now I only have 1. So, anyway. Let's hit that ghoul and see if you can attack that ghoul. Beautiful. We have a ghoul on our side now, too. And that's why we like the succubus. Oh my goodness, that just came in clutch. We have another fucking succubus. Now we have 2 succubus, a ghoul, and a slime on our side. Oh yeah, baby. This is the run. I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling great, actually. Oh my god, that's... The succubus just recruit everyone we try to attack. This is absolutely fucking game-breaking right now. We have 5 different followers. Oh my god. All right. Unfortunately, we can't go in here because it seems like the NPC's already triggered the traps, so we can't go in there. I do want to dance. Come on, succubus. Please. Will you love me? Will you love me? So I'm not actually sure if we can recruit this guy right here, but we have our level 7 slime, the blue guy, which I really kind of want to just kill because I want to test out the fact that maybe... All right, well, we lost one of our succubuses. That's not ideal, but... Bang! We have got another succubus. Although we did somehow lose our original one that we had before, which is not ideal. Alright, well, here's the exit. Let's go down again to the next level. Now we'll be on level 9, the last floor for the swamps. Alright, well, this is a shop of some kind, but I have so many monsters with me that the shopkeeper will kill me, even if I polymorph. So I do have to be careful of that. In fact, I think what I'm going to do here, there should be a human somewhere around this shop protecting it. I can't fucking see anything though. Who are they fighting? Oh my god, they're fighting a slime. Let's try and kill this slime. Ouch. Alright, we have 1 succubus left. Try not to die, please. Oh my god. There's the exit as well. I think I have an idea. Let's do this. Can you kill him? Oh my goodness. Well, we've lost all of our followers, unfortunately. All right, let's go ahead and use this mage staff now. This is a fire mage staff, so should be able to kill everything pretty quickly with this thing. All right, there we go. There is a human over there, which we should be able to kill fairly easily. Yep, awesome. Because we're here and we've lost all of our allies, there is a store here, so we're going to make the most of it. If we go in here, the shopkeeper will fucking cart our ass to oblivion, and they are extremely strong. You don't really want to fight them unless you yourself are fairly confident that you can beat them. And even then, they will probably still kill you. But we start with these potions of polymorph, which essentially, when I drink one, it turns me into a human. Now I can open this door and hopefully he doesn't fucking kill me. Hello? Yes, he doesn't kill me. Awesome. So we can sell all these other things that we don't want to use, and we are getting a shit ton of gold. We have almost 6,000 gold already. But pretty much, we can come into these stores and trade with different shopkeepers around the map. What I mean by different is you'll see this little icon here, and that'll tell you kind of what type of shop it is. There might be a bow on it sometimes, there might be a piece of armor on it, and that can kind of tell you what you can kind of expect going in. All right, well, I'm pretty comfortable with this. So let's move down to the next floor. Okay, well, here we are in the 10th floor, and this is essentially the exit to the swamp. So we can still get a bunch of loot from this. Now, we do still have to be careful because these chests can still be mimic chests, so we kind of want to search from afar. It's fine. No worries. Let's take them all and evaluate all of them. Sorry, appraise all of them, I should say. All right, let's see. We have 559 weight. So I'm going to go and look through all of the shit that we have right now, and I'll be back. All right, well, we did get some interesting items. The first thing we got was this bandana that actually gives us an additional 12% strafing and backstepping movement speed, which will be very useful for us when we're kiting enemies. I'll kind of show you the difference here. So here's the normal speed, and then if we equip this, then here's that speed. And we also got a flawless amulet of sex change. So, yeah, we can become a female or non-binary, you know, all the sort. I'm not sure why that might help you, but maybe sex changes give you some type of bonus or buff in this game. I'm not sure. But it sells for a shit ton, so we might keep it. And that's it. So, I think it's pretty much time for us to leave the swamps. All right, well, we are now in the sand labyrinth, and it looks quite a bit different, actually, because I've got the Halloween theme on. All right, well, I've just turned the Halloween theme off because it made the sand labyrinth look like a medieval dungeon of sorts, which doesn't really make sense. I kind of wanted the whole sand theme here. So this is a very dangerous level. It's filled with scorpions and all other sorts of monsters like insectoids and the like. So we have to be incredibly careful here not to die, and this level scares me. All right, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to mark this fella, and then I'm going to summon his inner demon, and then I'm going to teleport him almost immediately after he kills that. All right, beautiful. That is how you kill them. All right, I'm very weak, actually. I really am very weak. So we can't really get hit by anything because we'll die fairly quickly. So we have to watch out. And with this level, there is a lot more traps. So the chance that we die from a trap is fairly large. All right, it seems like there is a bow shop right here, a ranged weapon shop, which should be fairly good for us, but we'll have to use one of our polymorph potions to actually get in there. All right, well, I'm going to use one of my polymorph potions, and we're going to go in here and trade with the shopkeeper. Hello, Quinton, if that's your name. Serviceable, excellent crossbow. That's probably good, so we can probably sell this to you and buy the excellent crossbow. And there's even some other better things around here. Fire ammo, that could be good as well. Bubbly water, we can probably buy all of those. And fresh meat as well, we're going to buy that. All right, that's not good. He's trying to kill me. Seems like my polymorph potion wore off as soon as I drank that water. Well, we got everything we wanted from him anyway. And we have an excellent crossbow right there. Oh my goodness, that is insanely bad. So this thing that we just got here, if you can see the confused trait, everything is reversed. So if I move right, my guy moves left. If I go forward, he goes backwards. Oh my god, we might die here. Jesus Christ. So as you can see, this level is filled with very, very narrow, tiny little tunnels. And it is very easy to get cornered in a room that you don't want to be in with a enemy that will fucking murder you. So we have to be extremely careful. Now, I don't know if something comes out of this, but I'm going to assume it does. Oh wow, moldy cream pie. Not what I was expecting from a sarcophagus. All right, well, there is one of the new enemies, a scorpion, which we're going to try and kill. And it's very easy to kill with our mage staffs, but oh my god, these ones are actually incredibly dangerous. Fucking hell, that came out of nowhere. They're very easy to kill, like a lot of things are with mage staffs, but once we run out of our staffs, then they won't be as easy to kill. All right, there's an aged cream pie right there. Cream pies seem to be fairly common in the desert. It's not something I would have expected, but hey, you know, everyone's got their different kinks. Okay, well, here we have a secret level on the sand labyrinth. I know this because it's surrounded by this kind of magma moat. Now, unfortunately for us, we literally have to use this pickaxe until it breaks because it's blessed. So there's nothing we can do about that, but we pretty much just have to not hit any of these traps and we won't die. Okay, well, let's go to the secret level. All right, well, here we are in the secret level, and luckily for us, in this level, you don't actually have to kill any enemies unless you start getting rid of all these boulders. It's pretty much a maze in which I'm not sure if it actually tells you what to do somewhere. Does it tell you what to do anywhere? No, it doesn't. But essentially, there is a nice pair of braces we can get if we don't destroy more than one of these boulders. And luckily, because our strength is 6, we can actually push these boulders. Well, I thought I could move these boulders because I had 6 strength, but unfortunately I can't. So I can't actually complete this level, and I have nothing else to allow me to move these boulders. So we just got to move on then, basically. All right, great. This is a Minotaur level, which means we're kind of fucked if we don't find an exit. We need to find the exit. That's our main priority right now. We don't need to do anything. We don't even need to fight enemies. If we can avoid a fight, then we shall. Oh my god, there's a food store over there. I don't even think we have time for that, to be honest with you. All right, holy shit, we found the exit, and there is a scarab right there. Ow, 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 ow. Alright, kill that scarab. Holy shit. Alright, the Minotaur's going to be here very soon. We need to go and... Do we have any food? No, we have no food. Alright, the Minotaur's arrived. I'm just going to get out of here. Alright, beautiful. We are on floor 13. Alright, this is some type of maze right here. Well, we found the exit. Just hope that we don't die. We can't actually get to the exit right now. Oh my god. Alright, not a mimic. Great. Let's take all of that shit real quick. Time for us to go. Alright, beautiful. We're nearing the end of this sand labyrinth. We're on floor 14, so we shouldn't have too much longer to go. And if we... Fucking hell, I nearly ran into that. If we can just take it easy around these corners, and we've apparently found the exit. Where is this exit? Oh, that's the exit right there. Alright, beautiful. We found the exit. So if we can kind of just... Oh my god, slime. I hate fucking slimes. They have more health than trolls. And their perception is crazy. They can always find me, no matter where I am or what I'm doing. Alright, there is a bookstore right here. Now, I only have 1 polymorph potion left, so I really don't want to waste it. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to use it to get out of this level. Woo! Nearly got fucking sparked right there. Alright, I think I'm gonna just go down to the next level now. This dungeon is fucking scaring me. There's too many traps everywhere, so let's go. Alright, that was the last level of the sand labyrinth. Time to descend even further down. Alright, so here we are in the ruins. Now, the ruins is the last level that we'll have to complete before we face Baron Hicox, who, for all intents and purposes, is our final boss. Now, the ruins is filled with gangs of gnomes with various different weaponry, giant monstrosities of different kinds. There's these fuckers right here, and there's also literal demons as well. There's even automatons, so there's a bunch of different enemies here that all share one thing in common, and that is wanting to murder me, and our job is to not let that happen. One good thing for us is that this is not like the Sand Labyrinth map at all, meaning there is a lot of space space. And if we collect all of the light source, that means there's a lot of dark space. So it's perfect pretty much for our stealthy Punisher playthrough. All right, here are the gnomes. Now, these gnomes are extremely dangerous because they're tiny little fast fuckers that seem to have a lot of perception. They seem to be able to chase you further, but they're actually more dangerous after they die because when they die, they drop traps, and there's different kind of traps that they drop. And if you walk over that trap, it will kill you. So you have to be very careful, and you have to disarm these traps. Otherwise, you will undoubtedly run back over this loot thinking it's safe, and it is most definitely not safe. And they have killed me in a lot of my runs. So we got to be very careful of that. Well. A bunch of wells. Hopefully we can get a succubus. Oh my goodness. The timing on that, unreal. All right, there goes our succubus. Oh well, really nothing we could do there. There is a demon right there. Oh my god. All right, let's try and kill this demon. All right, beautiful. We killed the demon. We killed one of our own, basically. It's a bit of cannibalism right there, and nothing in that chest we care about. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so right here we have an example of a wall that shouldn't be here. So you can normally not hit walls, but you can hit that one. And the dead giveaway is the misshaped wall. The bottom left of it is missing, basically. So if we use our little whip, and eventually it's actually going to get destroyed. And okay, as I thought, there is a gnome there with a lightning staff, which we can get ourselves. So if we kill that gnome, then we can get his lightning staff. Beautiful. And I think for the most part, I'm pretty happy with this. So I think I'm going to go and make my way towards the exit. And we will descend down into the next level. That will be floor 17. All right, this is a Minotaur level. So we have to be pretty careful. Now, initially, I was thinking about running, but I've run from the Minotaur for 17 floors now. So I'm going to take on the Minotaur this floor. Firstly, I think I want to leave as many mobs on the map as possible because the Minotaur will attack all of the mobs. Ooh, what's this? Is this? Oh my god, beautiful. All right. Things are looking up. We've got full health now. Next, what I want to do is I want to probably be a little bit faster with some of my stuff. Now, I'm going to get rid of all of the stuff that's going to slow me down a bit. Now, he doesn't take any different types of damages, so yeah, there's gonna be something. He can levitate, and he will just run through everything, so you're not safe. And the fact that we're sneak doesn't help us at all, because he knows where you are at all times. All right, so what do we want here? Let's go this one. That's not gonna help us. Let's go you there, and then we'll get another one over there. Maybe even set up a trap, or we can teleport. That might be really handy for us to try and escape this Minotaur. Maybe even set this up right here. Oh my god, the Minotaur arrived as I was doing that. That's terrible for us. That is terrible for us. All right, it is fighting already. All right, I'm teleporting away. All right, we need to run away, and honestly, I'm going to run around these traps right now. All right, that's brilliant. Sweet, teleport away. All right, we can do it. Oh my god, teleported away. Oh my god, we did it. We killed the Minotaur. Holy shit. All right, that teleportation spell came in fucking clutch right there. Now we just can't die. Now we just got to be so fucking careful. All right, something fell out of that. A brand new spell book. Let's see. What is it? Sleep. Oh my goodness. This is a legendary run. We need to get out of this level now, I think. I don't think much more is going to happen that's good on this level. Straight up. I have killed the Minotaur, and I've gotten sleep as a potion. I don't know what more I could ask for, really. Oh my god, there is a mage shop here too. We have one potion of polymorph. All right, drink the potion of polymorph. Hello, kind sir. How are you? All right, excellent. Circlet, an excellent hood. Let's just buy that. Bubbly potion of healing. Awesome. We need that. Let's just get 5 of these things. All right, let's descend down to the next level. Now we have the sleep spell, which is going to help us incredibly. And we've used all of our polymorph potions, but we now have some heals that we can use. All right, so brilliant. We can kind of showcase what we can do right now. So we can put this fella to sleep, sneak up behind him, and most definitely guarantee the fact we should probably be putting our executioner hood on, but we're going to almost guarantee the fact that we can sleep him, or bleed him at least. So if you can see, our MP regens every time we do this, and we are going to be regenning our mana points extremely quickly doing this. Sleep is an extremely cheap spell to cast. It only costs 4 MP. So more often than not, once we start casting Sleep, we'll actually end up with more mana than we did before casting it. So it's a little bit of a slow start with the Punisher class. But as you can see, once you start getting a little bit further on down into the late game, it starts to kind of snowball incredibly. There's a bit of RNG with how early on you get the Sleep spell. Unfortunately for us, it was quite late when we got it. So because we are approaching the final level, we're only 2 levels away. It's really important for us to kind of be grinding out as much levels as we can, because Baron, I've never actually made it to him, but he looks incredibly dangerous, and I had a lot of trouble dealing with that Minotaur. Funny fact, that was the first Minotaur that I had ever taken out in this game. So because we now have Sleep, this Sleep staff is completely useless to us. Let's put this fella to sleep. Let's double check there's nothing around here. Put him back to sleep and kill him. All right, awesome. So it's really very powerful, that Sleep spell, when we have the Punisher class. It's kind of the thing that makes the whole class broken. If you don't get the Sleep spell, then you're kind of fighting an uphill battle. But if you do get it, the game becomes, well, a lot easier, I guess I'll say. So I am enjoying this fucking game, but I will say that it is giving me a severe case of PTSD, because, man, I've been walking into some rooms and I'm fucking, like, in real life I'm talking about, and I'm looking up at the roof expecting, like, shit, I hope there's not a big boulder that's about to crush me. It makes me jump out of my fucking skin when I get crushed. So my heart's kind of racing every single level that I'm on now, because this is the furthest I've ever made it, and I don't want to fucking start it all over again. I really don't. You might be thinking I'm really good. How did I make it this? I'm not fucking good. I am not good at all. I've been trying to record this video for a month, and I had to research more than I care to admit. So I hope I'm not jinxing shit, but I hope this is the one. But yeah, no, I've been liking the kind of branch out content a little bit, you know, kind of playing something other than the standard RTS games that we usually play. So yeah, I've been liking just branching out and kind of playing stuff that's not the traditional RTS games like the Warhammers or different things like that. Of course, I'm always going to be playing that, but yeah, let me know if you like this kind of content or these kind of games, because I will say I do have fun playing them. I like to play a lot of different games. I'm not just one kind of genre, although that doesn't work very well on YouTube. All right, enough of that. Let's go down to the next level. This will be the final level before level 20. So downwards we go. All right, so this is floor 19. Now we do still have to be careful. We've come far, but we can't get lazy now. All right, well, for better or for worse, we've pretty much explored the entire map. So I think we're going to go down and head on to floor 20. That is the ruins pretty much done. All right, well, here we are in the final level. We're in Hicox's lair. Now, I've gone ahead and sorted through my inventory, and we've actually got 2 items that are going to help us out an insane amount. First, we have this flawed amulet, which is quite literally a lifesaver. It will revive us on death. And the next one is this cracked ring, which gives us the ability to levitate. So both of these are going to come in handy like crazy. So this levitate ring allows us to run over all these chasms and whatnot. Now, I've watched a shit ton of guides, just videos of people taking on Baron. I think I'm under-leveled for this. I think I should have gone to more secret levels and whatnot, but nonetheless, I have a shit ton of magic staves, which I'm going to try and use. Now, usually, Baron Hicox, he will have magic resistance, but we have this spell of Arcane Mark right here, which will nullify his resistance to it. So we'll be dealing more damage when we hit him with that, and then we hit him with various magic abilities. And I've got this axe that I've been saving up since the start, just in case I need it. I honestly don't know how this is going to go, but I suppose here goes nothing. Now I'm going to drink this potion as soon as we get in here. And let's go. All right, that first one dies instantly. All right, we got to run around. We got to hit him with that, and then hit him with one of these, and try and use the pillars to our advantage right here. Oh my god. All right, we're already running out of all of them almost. Holy shit, that was close. All right, come on, come on. Oh my god. We reflected a spell. Beautiful. All right, good, 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 good. Run, run, run. Holy crap. All right, use the poles. Oh my god. This guy is so scary. Ouch. All right, run, run, run. Shit, we're down to our last magic staff right now. Shit, shit. Oh, right, we've got him down to this fucking dark spell level. Oh my goodness. Although the only problem is I can't see shit. So I'm going to cast this spell for us. Oh my god, where is he? Oh! Ouch, ouch, ouch. All right, we just wasted a fucking health potion, which is not good. But I think he's very weak. Oh my goodness. Why don't we try kill him with one of these? I can't see where he is though. All right, he's over there. I think he's extremely weak right now. Ouch. Yes! I fucking did it! I fucking did it! I died, but my amulet brought me back to life. Oh my god, I fucking did it. I don't know how I had him so weak. Holy shit. I'm confused as to whether or not these demons are gone. I don't even... Where is his loot? Did he not drop any loot? I mean, I'm flying everywhere, but I can't see any loot. Is that him? Right there? I thought he dropped something. Oh, I think his loot literally dropped down here. Holy shit, my hands are shaking. My heart is fucking pounding. Oh my god. We went through fucking 5 magic staves, an amulet that brought me back to life. My magic reflection cloak got broken as well. Oh my goodness. All right, well, we get this flawless purple mystic orb. All right, let's pick that up and put it in there. I guess that's what we do. And I think with this, we can end the game. And oh my goodness, man, that really was fucking crazy. I threw my fucking health potion. I was panicking. I threw my health potion instead of drinking it, and I didn't even use this. I didn't even get a chance to use this. That's fine. All right, well, let's step through this portal, having killed Baron Hicox. All right, beautiful. With that, we have fucking won. We were playing the classic version of the game, so it's over, and Baron Hicox is no more. Well, if you made it this far, then thanks for watching, guys. As always, I want to give a quick shout out to all my patrons. Thanks for your support. Your support means the world. That's it for this one, guys, and I'll see you in the next.